This is Romans 10 and verse 5. For Moses describeth the righteousness which is of the law, that the man which doeth those things shall live by them. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahabrachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and peace and salutation to the whole elect, pushing this gospel amongst the four winds with truth and sincerity. To you I say Shalom. All right, this is your brother Parathon with another lesson. Just got off the plantation. I got my notes up here, which are growing into something beautiful. Notes I've been taking since before I crossed over to the camp that I'm currently in now, and just watching mad breakdowns from the elders and those who came after them. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. Jump back into Romans 10. I'm going to a few different things. Praying that this is uplifting, because we're in the time of we're gonna need all the courage, we're gonna need all the faith, the strength, right? All the patience that we ever needed. Everything, every work, every lesson, every prayer, every sacrifice, every time you everything is gonna come down to what shortly lies ahead of us. We have not yet resisted unto blood. We know that, right? Pursuing the Luke. But we're preparing, man. We preparing. Our weapons of warfare aren't carnal, right? But spiritual. So what does that mean? Right? We are to embrace our blessing, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, the understanding, the knowledge and wisdom of them, and applying them in real life. Every day is an opportunity to prove to the Lord, to show the Lord that we're worthy. Lord willing, we are those men. Lord willing, our sacrifices are sufficient for him. All right, let me what I got next. Let me hit this Leviticus real quick. Leviticus 18 and 5. Laws on immoral relations. Right to the point. It says, ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord, Yahweh. That's simple. Not simple, but it's right to the point. Let me grab a few words. Just want to see what they say. Wanted to get keep, therefore they shall keep. And again, what are we keeping? We're keeping the word. To keep, to guard, to observe, to give heed, to have charge of, to keep watch and ward, protect, save life. Watchmen. Are we not the watchmen? Lord willing, we are those men. Are we not the watchmen? Have we not been placed on guard? Have not we been given charge over the sheep? Again, Lord willing, if we are those men, Yahweh Shai asked Peter, yo, if you love me, feed my sheep. Asked him 3 times. To make sure he understood what he was really asking. What did it say? To observe. Right? 2nd Esdras 9 and 1. Measure thou the time diligently. Right? That's that one, right? Salakia. Beautiful. Call law, y'all, about Shem, y'all. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't butcher that. 2nd Esdras 9 and 1, he said, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Watchmen, right? Keeping guard, current events, right? News, politics. Just keeping a balance on what's going on with these other nations. All right? It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the Lord, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we don't know the time or hour, as the scriptures say, but what we are given are signs. And we have to apply logic. We have to apply wisdom and discernment to understand what those times are. And faith empowers that. And faith is given from on high. You know, simple act of believing these words in this book is a gift that everybody doesn't have. And, you know, speaking for myself first and foremost, time and time again, man, you got to remind yourself when you caught up in that pride, in that everyday affair, you know, battling and balancing out the everyday affairs of this life as a soldier, right? Man, the shit get hot sometimes, man. Sometimes you can't be around the brothers as much as you want to. Shit, the camp is about an hour away from me, so all the brothers, we lock in at least once, twice a week, definitely Saturday, you know. But it's definitely a challenge, man. Staying in the spirit, you know, not being around like-minded brothers. But that's you know, keep the lessons on, man. Read as much as I can. Pray as much as I can. And just try to stay humble, man. Count your blessings. Cause man, listen, we don't even, world is in for a surprise. Like we don't have as much time as everybody think we have. All right, I'm rambling, man. Let's get to it. So yeah, to keep, we're keeping the word, to observe, to celebrate, to keep Sabbath or covenant or commands. That's exactly what we're doing. We're rehearsing the righteous acts. We're keeping the Sabbath to the best of our ability. All right, we're observing the commands, the covenants, things written aforetime are for our learning. Okay, preserving his ways. Right, to be on one's guard, take heed, take care, beware. Right, these are the requirements of an Israelite man, a watchman, a servant, and you have to be of the line of Jacob, Israel, to be a servant of the Heavenly Father. You have to. It's a bloodline and faith, equipped. All right, that's it on that. Let me jump. I wanted to get Salakia. Be running. This is the word, live. So to keep the word and to live in them, to live, have life, remain alive. Right? Faith keeps us alive. The grace of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Yahushai, to sustain life, live prosperously. It's a light thing to make a poor man rich overnight. Saith the scriptures, right? To live forever. If we endure unto the end, hold on to our crown, we're going to conquer sin. We're going to conquer death like Yahushai did. 2 Corinthians 15 and 58 on down. To be quickened, to be alive. We were quickened when we were given this truth. Reborn. To be restored to life for health. That's literally what it did to us, man. Gave us a true purpose. Continue in life, remain alive, so on and so forth, to revive. From sickness, discouragement, faintness, death, to preserve, let live, give life. All right, you get the picture. So this is to live in the word, to actually believe these words. Your belief will be shown through the way you live. What is it? I got James here, and that's my next precept. That's James 1 and 22, right to the point. No chaser. It says, but be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed, blessed in his works, blessed in his fruits.